All right. Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing well. This is Rudy, and I'm gonna try to get straight to the point. But the main focus of this video is to discuss how atheists and evolutionists view the human being, right? And the lack of a soul in a human being, and they compare that with computers and how they foresee the future as compared to people that believe in a creator and people that believe that, you know, we as human beings have inalienable rights given to us by our creator, and, you know, we have been endowed with a soul and with consciousness that is much different than inanimate objects, and that how you fall on that argument will determine your philosophy about life. It will determine your philosophy about how you wish for societies to be built. It will determine how much crap you'll put up with from government, and if you're willing to risk your life to go fight it or not. How you determine, the decisions that you make about whether human beings are special or not, whether we have a soul, and whether we are endowed with inalienable rights by our creator, will determine a lot of things about how you live your life. And I want to make that clear distinction. And I want to read some quotes from Stephen Hawking, from the book he wrote in 2001, which I think kind of sums it up. But before I do that, I want to talk about this blocking issue a little bit. So I block a lot of people, and I've seen videos where people complain and whine about, hurting freedom of speech, and, you shouldn't block anybody. You truthers are all ass. I shouldn't say that. You truthers are all jerks. You're hypocrites. First of all, it's my channel. I block whoever I damn well please, and I think everybody should be able to block whoever they damn well please. If you make a video about whining about being blocked, then I probably blocked you, just for that reason alone. But that doesn't mean I've limited your freedom of speech. You can make a video calling me any name in the book. One thing I will say is that anybody who puts their face on YouTube and espouses their position, I respect you just for doing that. Even if I don't agree with anything else you say, I will respect you for putting your face on YouTube and espousing your position. But that doesn't mean that I won't block you. And I expect if I say something that you don't agree with and you find offensive, you should block me. But I'm not going to make a video about whining about getting blocked. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Blocking, it's insane, right? I mean, people should be able to block anybody, whoever the frick they want. But anyway, I'm just a very small channel, and I realize that, and that's probably all I'll ever be, and that's okay. But I wanted to give you an idea. I just spent 2 minutes and collected some of the comments that I got to put up with. And I can't imagine some of the comments that the bigger channels got to put up with. I mean, you must have to have a lot of fortitude to put up with all the crap that gets put in the comment section. But just let me read just real quick some of the things that gets put in the comment section on my channel. Raw Whore wrote, "The person making this vid, referring to me, is a grade A Texas bitch." 3-1 wrote, "Ha ha ha, F you, F Christmas. He's no Christian, you effing idiot. F Israel and F America. God bless the Middle East." Dogspawn wrote, "F you America. You are all scum. I hope you get nuked by China." Hydraulicost wrote, "Go F yourself. Woohoo." Quick Pua wrote, "You're an idiot." Stranger Lover 11, "You are really an effing idiot. Go by saying that Jesus is the Son of God. Go read your Bible." Mr. Pontius Pilate wrote, "Grow up, you hillbilly monkey." Scanini's like a very moderate atheist, right? He's like, usually very courteous. But even he wrote to another believer on my site, "All I am saying is keep out of education and crawl back under your rock of faith." That kind of sums up how he believes about religious people, right? Wishing for Serenity wrote, "Dude, I'm sorry. I seriously tried to watch your video, but why should I bother while you don't? Could you please go read some science books before making any videos?" So, hey, Wishing for Serenity, I did read a science book. It's by Stephen Hawking, and I want to read some stuff from this book that kind of clearly identifies how atheists and evolutionists view human beings versus how people who believe in a creator view human beings, and why that will determine, it's like the foundation for your philosophy and how you view yourself, your life, and society in general. But this view that I'm fixing to read, even though it comes from Stephen Hawking, is espoused by people like Michael Shermer, Daniel Dennett, Richard Dawkins, James Rand, right? James Rand just made a video and it's like wants to celebrate Charles Darwin Day, and he wants to have the kids come out and let's all celebrate Charles Darwin Day. And I don't know what to say. I mean, these people actually have fallen for this evolution crap. But let me just read you. There's so much I want to read you, but I don't really have that much time. So let me just read you a little bit from page 165 of Stephen Hawking. The book is titled The Universe in a Nutshell. And it's really important. It's going to get a little boring, but you need to hear this so that you understand where they come from. And when I say they, I mean the atheists and evolutionists. The transmission of data through external, non-biological means has led the human race to dominate the world and to have exponentially increasing population. But now we are at the beginning of a new era in which we will be able to increase the complexity of our internal record, the DNA, without having to wait for the slow process of biological evolution. There has been no significant change in human DNA in the last 10,000 years, but it is likely that we will be able to completely redesign DNA in the next 1,000 years. Of course, many people will say that genetic engineering of humans should be banned, but it's doubtful that we will be able to prevent it. Genetic engineering of plants and animals will be allowed for economic reasons, and someone is bound to try it on humans. Unless we have a totalitarian world order, someone somewhere will design improved human beings. Man, that's a very significant statement. Improved human beings. Clearly, creating improved humans will create great social and political problems with respect to unimproved human beings. Man, it sucks that we're stuck in the unimproved humans. Man, that just completely sucks. My intention is not to defend human genetic engineering as a desirable development, but just to say it is likely to happen whether we want it to or not. The reason Stephen Hawking doesn't try to defend it is because he's a coward. And I just call it like I see it. The reason he's a coward is because if you read the rest of his book, he basically says that our entire future is dependent upon them redesigning the DNA of humans. So how can he not be a proponent for it? His entire book is a proponent for, messing with the DNA of humans, and yet he says, I don't want to get into the ethics of it. Well, the reason he doesn't want to get into the ethics of it is because he knows that it's wrong. That's why. But he also writes, humans also need to increase their complexity if biological systems are to keep ahead of electronic ones. He goes on to say that, computers don't have what's called intelligence at the moment, but as Moore's law happens and that, the complexity doubles every 18 months, it is one of those exponential growths that clearly cannot continue indefinitely. However, it will probably continue until computers have a complexity similar to that of the human brain. So Stephen Hawking believes that computers will eventually match the human brain. Some people say that computers can never show true intelligence, whatever that may be. But it seems to me that if very complicated chemical molecules can operate in humans to make them intelligent, then equally complicated electronic circuits can also make computers act in an intelligent way, giving them the same power as human beings. Okay, would this increase of biological and electronic complexity go on forever, or is there a natural limit? On the biological side, the limit of human intelligence up to now has been set by the size of the brain that has to pass through the birth canal. Man, that's great, isn't it? We're limited by the birth canal. If that damn birth canal was just a little bit bigger, I could have been a little bit smarter. Having watched my 3 children being born, I watched my child, get born as well, Mr. Hawkins. And when he was being born, I didn't think about how the birth canal was limiting the intelligence of my child. I'm sorry, that just didn't come to my my brain. I guess you must have had a bigger birth canal than me. Having watched my 3 children being born, I know how difficult it is for the head to get out. But within the next 100 years, I expect that we will be able to grow babies outside the human body, so this limitation will be removed. The limitation of the birth canal. I mean, the small birth canal is limiting human beings as far as our intelligence. Man, that's just, Stephen Hawking is put up as one of the most intellectual beings of our generation, and he writes crap like that. And it's deceived hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people on the planet. If you don't recognize that our intelligence and our consciousness and our soul has been endowed by our Creator, even like a dumb Texas hillbilly like me can figure that out. And if you can't recognize that, I don't know what to say. I mean, you're wishing for your destruction is what all I got to say. Read Brave New World. If I can't get you to read the Bible, and if I can't get you to listen to the message of Jesus Christ, at least read Brave New World. At least read 1984. get an idea for the kind of world that you're espousing. That's all I got to say. That's all I got time for, actually. God bless every one of you. Take care.